Hey folks, GWT here. I want to continue from the previous video about theories and people having theories. There are those who never get listened to. Their theories are as good as the one before or the next one. It's how others perceive their theories, the theories of others. It's how others perceive the theories of others and what it means to each person individually. I use deductive, logical, and critical reasoning. I look further, I look longer into, I look deeper into, and I look more intensely into the things that I think about and that I research than most people do. It's a lot of work. The people who stay on topics that don't matter, near to life and death, health and freedom, folks, people develop theories. They develop theories when they are motivated to think for themselves instead of just believing everything you see on TV and believing everything that your neighbor says without checking it out. It goes in one and goes out the other. That's not doing you any good. These are the things that should matter to you. And grave concern you should give to some of this stuff, and not who wins at sports and who to vote for. That ain't the important stuff, because all of that's all already set up. I used to didn't think that they could cheat at sports, but I found out I was so wrong, man. People will shave points. People will play extra hard. There's all kinds of stuff. Other team members are bought out and bribed to let people shoot baskets, all kinds of stuff. That's the stuff that doesn't need to matter to you. All that are appointed or elected are for those who let them into that position. The average voter citizen votes mean nothing when all the elections are rigged, and the fucking federales, I'm telling you, and the government appoints only their own to help them achieve their agendas. You take away the voting for sheriffs, I think some of the sheriffs have got to be halfway decent people if they're voted in. Cops ought to have to go out and solicit votes in the beat that they're going to walk on or drive through, in the area that they are going to operate and offer service for money, of course. If they're interested in serving the people should know who they are. All police should be elected. What do? They pick up anybody who's stupid, who's willing to shoot a gun at a woman or a kid or anybody else, blow people's dogs up and everything. That's who they are. Hey folks, GWT. Truthers are a few who are wholehearted, and they are trying to rise and increase your education. The rising and increasing problems for humanity is for you to decide how to react to, and not some example or character of another man or woman from some other time and type of deadly danger and threat. Some other time had different dangers, had different threats. You don't need to pattern yourself. You need to address the present. It's like monkey see, monkey do, folks. GWT here. Or do as we say, not as we do, because we are above and we are better than you other humans. There's two kinds of people: those who make their rules and those who follow their rules. Because the ones that make the rules don't follow their own rules. That's just for us. That's just for us to deal with. Hey folks, GWT here. I'm going to say something about truthers. Truthers are a few who are wholehearted, if they're genuine truthers, if they're seeking the truth. That's the important thing. Seek the truth, even if it hurts you and you don't like it. If you want to know what the truth is what should matter. The rising and increasing problems for humanity is for you to decide about, how to react to, and not by some example or character of another man or woman from some other time and other types of deadly dangers and threats. You need to address today, the present, and you need to react to it instead of being monkey see, monkey do. You keep listening to them and they say do as they say, not as they do. Because we are above and we're better than you. We are above the law. We are above you. You are a subspecies of humans, so we can step on you, shoot you, poison you, take all your stuff away from you. We can do anything we want because we're above and we're better than you. There's two kinds of people. Those who make the rules and those who follow the rules. And there might be just a few exceptions of the people that just flat are like me and don't pay any attention to their rules. Hey folks, GWT here. I want you to find the oldest dictionary that you can find. Google and Wikipedia maybe, but I say look for a book that's a dictionary that's 50 years old, if you can find one. You could probably find one at a library or have access to it at least. And look up the word absolute. Study for a few moments all the meanings of the word, and then you read the Bible and you think about the Bible scholars as history or science or literature or grammar scholars or math scholars, and ask yourself, since every one of these books have to be edited and approved before you get your hands on them, and they have to be edited and approved by those who call all of your shots in life, and those same ones are killing people and doing worse to others. How can their books be absolute? How can any book be absolute when the bad guys have handled all over it, and it's their presses and their publishers who put it out for y'all? Now, I've been trying to tell y'all for a long time, you need to friggin' consider that book is handcuffs on you, it's shackles on you. It keeps the Christians calm. It keeps the Christians so full of superstitious hope that they will not react to someone killing them. Your friggin' body, according to the scriptures, is your temple. What are you going to let somebody destroy your temple for? It just doesn't make any sense. You folks need to wake the heck up and realize if you don't take matters into your own hands, one at a time, two at a time, three at a time, whatever. If you don't take matters into your hands when you got the opportunity, you're peeing in the wind, folks. Hey folks, GWT here. My channel was suspended. If you go to it and you want to get into the videos and surf around, look for a video. My titles don't always follow the content of the video. I put titles to try to attract attention to get somebody to the video. I put pictures that sometimes people haven't seen before, or it's different or unusual to them, to attract attention to the channel, and hopefully they will look at some of the videos and get something out of it, education, because that's what this country lacks. This country is being educated by those who are deceiving us constantly and have been forever almost. All of this stuff could have taken place with a different civilization that wasn't as far advanced as this run of humanity is. I mean, all the buried cities at the bottom of the ocean, all of that stuff, I don't think it all happened with the flood. I'm not even sure if the flood covered the entire earth. For it to get that deep enough to float a battleship where it was supposed to have happened, and I believe that the ark is a real physical thing. And I've seen photographs of it from airplanes and stuff, and seen some documentary talk about it, that it has been found, and Ron Wyatt had something to do with finding it. But the images, they said, were satellite images, but we don't have any satellites up in the sky. Let me tell y'all something, what we got. We have a matrix over top of us that consists of an umbrella, and the umbrella is connected and designed and engineered as a net over top of us, and the cell towers are the ones that produce and create this umbrella of frequencies and mad and bad weather and everything else, folks. Those cell towers They don't just reach out in a straight line. They go in all directions. All directions. And across the flat earth, if there's cell towers here and here and here, they create an umbrella over all the people. That's why that supercomputer can read and register the frequencies of different people, or by a GPS system, and they can put a covering over a town or over a single dog house for the frequencies to be more intense or not be there at all. And when in areas that you have no cell phone reception, you have no Wi-Fi, you have the least amount of frequencies. That's why they're continuing to build cell towers where there is hardly nobody living, because they want to create, they want to fill in all the gaps. The net of the matrix, the net that's over us, that's created and maintained by the cell tower dishes that everybody in the world ought to be taking full metal jacket, high-powered rifle bullets and plucking the heck. They ought to be plucking every one of them dishes up on them towers right there, folks. When I get ready to die, I'm thinking about it myself. And that's a good way to start. And if you put your cell phone out, which would you rather be? Be able to talk on a cell phone? You'd still be able to talk on a landline. Why would you trade your communications on a cell phone for the frequencies that's cooking your brain, giving you tumors? Folks, at nighttime, I can't remember the name of the fluid that's around your brain, but my ears, whichever side I'm laying on or turning, my ears have more crud coming out of them than ever before in my whole life. It's because the microwaves are cooking my brain. It's swelling, forcing the liquid out. When you cook something, you dry it out. Well, it's forcing it out of my head. That's what I really do think is happening. Y'all need to address these cell towers, folks. You need to address the HAARP machine. You got to stop them from killing you any way you can, because they are killing you any way they can. Does this not compute to none of y'all? You are never going to pray them out, buy them out, talk them out from killing you and robbing you and doing bad things to humanity and all the life on earth. You're not going to change it with a bunch of friggin' words, and you're not going to change it with a bunch of friggin' faith. It ain't happening. All of the preaching that's been going on for all these years, oh, the rapture's here, tomorrow's the day, next week's the day, this date's the day. All of them dates come and go, come and go, come and go. They're behind times right now in fulfilling the scriptures. The Ring of Power series that I put on as much as I could, YouTube was censoring the heck out of that material because the whole documentary was banned in the United States. It's done by a company called Amen Stop Productions. If you buy it online, they take a tremendous amount of that money and put it toward Greenpeace, or it's a pretty decent outfit from what I know about them, folks. But that Ring of Power doesn't have all of the goodies in it. The things about the real airplanes that it said was used at the time when it came out, I don't even know if anybody had started making videos about them being fake planes. I knew it was all a setup and knew they were fake planes because when they hit a big structure like that, parts should fly in all directions, and that didn't happen, folks. They blended, they melted right into the building. It's all a pre-staged thing, folks. Y'all need to wake up and understand. These are some real mean characters. Doesn't necessarily mean the Bible created the word evil and the Bible created the word righteous and the Bible created good and bad and all that. The Bible is a guidebook. It's a book that can guide you to better thought process. I'm not taking nothing away from it. I'm not putting it down. I ain't bad-mouthing it. But there's a lot of good to get out of it. But the 17-year gap of Jesus Christ is talked about and described in that Ring of Power series done by Amen Stop Productions. And of all of my 12 posts, 12 short videos called The Ring of Power on my channel, which you have to search for the videos now, because when I open up my channel it says there is no content. This channel has no content. But you got to go up a little bit and click on the word videos. Then that takes you to my videos, 700 and some. But the main thing about it is, folks, they're holding back, and the 2 videos out of the 12 that spoke the most about who Jesus was, who his family members was, where he went to school, where he was in the monastery, where he learned to do this. All of that 17-year period of time, or the majority of it, is in that documentary, and the 2 videos with the most of that material out of the 12 are the 2 that's got the least amount of hits. 500 and some hits, and they're the daggone videos that y'all ought to be the most bound to look at. Because aren't you serious? Aren't you curious about what was going on for 17 years? The greatest, the most renowned name and person on the earth ever friggin' lived, and 17 years of a short 33-year life is missing. It's missing because the ones who handled that book kept it out of the book because it didn't go along with the rest of their intent, the rest of their agenda to control your mind and just keep your hands docile, making you think faith is all I need. Of course you're being killed, but faith is all I need while I'm being killed. That is so pathetic.